So there we go. He's still at Cincinnati, but it doesn't look like for long. He will be joining FC Bayern at the end of this season. He was transfer listed as he didn't want to sign a new deal by the looks of things. Seen as a wonder kid, obviously stats have started to increase now at the age of 19. It looks like he has started to develop as a right wing back, which is an interesting decision. I mean, tackling, sure, was good, but why a wing back? He's 6'11". Surely you'd want him more of a centre half, but okay. Determination and off the ball, obviously still very good. Same with aggression and bravery. Crossing, dribbling and first touch have all improved quite a lot as well, so which is quite impressive. £205,000 value, so nothing spectacular. And he's not banging in goals, so he's obviously being played at that wing-back role a lot more often. And not performed fantastically, but it'd be interesting to see if he does move to, when he does move it to Bayern over the next 5 years, if that does help him develop, if he continues to play at that wing-back role, or if he is kind of moved around again to see where he plays. But obviously the Hulk is not quite as good as you'd hope at this stage, but we'll jump ahead 5 more years, see how he gets on. Didn't stick around in Bayern for long because he's now at RB Leipzig, making 69 appearances and 25 goals for America. Looking a lot more rounded. Very nice stats are coming up here. You can see first touch, dribbling. He's 24, so this is probably the best we'll see him. But some stamina and strength, very good still. Jumping reeks is excellent. All that sort of stuff. But he obviously moved to Bayern on a free and then was sold to Leipzig for 36 million. It does look like they are playing him a bit further forward now in that striker role maybe, because the goals are shooting up when it comes to that. And I mean, it makes sense. 6'11" striker, you're never going to argue with him, and especially if they're green, you don't want to be fighting that. 101 goals in 245 appearances isn't bad, really, when you think about it. But we'll jump ahead again, another 5 years, take another look, and see how he goes. Why am I not surprised? He's gone to Man City, as all players seem to do if they're half decent at some point. Still looking very good. The technicals are looking very nice. Tackling is obviously still very, very high. 125 caps for America now, which is great. £57 million paid for him following a move to Dortmund, which he didn't play much, and then got that move to Man City, which wasn't great either. He hasn't performed exceptionally well, but I mean, his best time was certainly at Leipzig with those kind of hitting double digits every season, and that's probably why Dortmund managed to prize him away from them, but didn't really make the most out of him by the looks of things, only letting him play 7 games for him in 3 years, which probably stunted his growth a bit, but still made 57 million on him, which is a little surprising. But we'll jump another 5, see how he's gone in the latter stages, and if there's any change in his performance. So there was another move on the cards for Hulk. He's now at AC Milan at 34 years of age, but we can see that Arsenal bought him from Man City after a little while. I mean, he definitely hasn't hit the heights that he had with Leipzig or the consistency, but he did have a couple of good seasons with Man City in the end, which is nice. And overall, I mean, 158 million for him in his career so far is quite impressive. 390 appearances and 164 goals as well. We can see that he is obviously looking still very, very good. Mentals do look like they have dropped off slightly. But technical's still okay, and physical's looking great, as always, even at 34 years of age. Getting 110 goals for the USA. So he's banging them in. He's absolutely rocking the joint with that. So very, very impressive stuff. With that said, though, we will jump another 5 years, see kind of what happens on his retirement. Does he continue to be that aggressive manager, or with a lot of the hair dryer treatment, or will he just retire happily as a former professional? Let's take a look. Retirement has taken Hulk from us, and he has left the game. 198 appearances and 118 goals for America, so just off that 200 appearances mark, which is very, very impressive. 467 appearances and 192 goals in total. He did end up leaving Milan and going to Granada, and then off to Spartak Moscow. So he's obviously very much enjoyed moving around to multiple countries, which is quite cool. Lots and lots of trophies for the player. He's been recognised multiple times in America for his ability. Otherwise, it doesn't look like there's been too many individual awards for him. But overall, I think he'd be pretty happy with his contribution to a few of those cup competitions that he had. Getting a goal every 2 games for Man City and better than that for Leipzig isn't bad at all. And I mean, he wasn't far off of Granada as well. So he has had spells where he's performed very, very well and other spells where he's not quite reached the heights that you'd hoped. But yeah, I'd say at the end of the day, not a bad result for Hulk. A strong player can do pretty well in Football Manager, as I'm sure you'd probably expect. And if they're green, it's even better. But I hope you did enjoy. Like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I will catch you next time.